Hi everybody. Well, it's Tuesday. Because it's Tuesday, that means we're going to be talking about strategies to help you turn content into clients. How to write it, how to connect with it, things like that. Anyways, so an important part of making sure your content leads to clients is making sure that you have the right kind of CTAs and the strategy around writing them, placing them, designing them, things of that nature. So I'm going to go into 4 different parts of what a CTA is. Well, first off, CTA, call to action. I'll be using it a lot. I'll go into it more. So I'll go into I've got 4 different things I'll cover today. The definition of a CTA, the strategy behind it, the content, how to write it, and supporting elements. So what you can put around the CTA. Anyways, so let's get started. All right, part 1. We're on part 1, definition. What is a CTA? CTA is a call to action. You're basically telling your client wherever they're interacting with your business and your business's content what to do next. You never want them to stop at the web page or stop at the social media post. You want them to keep moving towards you. This is why the CTA is important. It's like breadcrumbs. Please keep moving towards me. You're building relationships with sales, so you're telling them what to do next to keep moving toward a relationship with you, right? So the action can vary as far as call to action. What's the action? It could be clicking a button, sharing something on social media, adding an item to a cart, signing up to a list, staying on a page for a longer period of time. You know how the exit pop-ups are popular now? You try and move your mouse up to the X to get off of a website, and they're like, it looks like you're about to leave. Let us give you one more pitch, right? So the idea is, again, you're telling them what to do to stay in your circle, right? So, and again, it can take different forms. You are specifically telling them this is what to do next to make your life better. This is how I can help you even more, right? And I want you to think about dating, and I want you to think about the bar napkin. So think about this as we go through this analogy. Let's say you meet a nice girl at a bar. You trade names, but you don't trade numbers. How likely is it that she'll look up your name on Google, on Facebook, hire a private investigator, and track you down? Probably not very likely, and if she does, I don't know if you want to be dating that kind of girl, right? So it's a lot easier for her to call you back, to go on another date with you, or on a first date, if you come over to her with a bar napkin, clearly write your number on it, and say, call me. You're making it easy for her to follow up for the next date. The choice is in her hands, but you're making it very easy about how to move forward. And selling and client relationships in your business, it's a lot like dating. So think of the CTA as the bar napkin. You are giving them clear information on how to move forward if they want to. So keep that in mind just as far as a visual. Okay, so we're telling them what to do next. Now, what are we telling them? Now this can depend, and the best example I have for you is you're either there are 2 calls of action in general that you want to give. You either want to invite them to take an action that's just focused on building trust, or invite them to take an action that invites them to buy from you. So let me back up a little bit to customer journeys and sales funnels, all right? So, okay, let's say that the people you interact with, all the people you're friends with that know about your business, they're at the top of a funnel. So here's a triangle, right? And it's wide at the top because everyone's in there, and it's skinny at the bottom. At the bottom is where people come down to eventually who buy from you. But everyone starts here up top. They don't know you, they don't trust you quite yet, they're not ready to buy from you. So everyone starts up here, and then fewer and fewer people get down to the bottom. And depending on where a person is in that triangle, in that funnel, are they just getting to know you, or do they already trust you? It changes how you talk to them, what they're likely to do next. So if someone's just met you, they're probably not going to sign up that day for a $3,000 a month coaching package, you know what I mean? That's very unlikely. So, but with someone like that, you move them in a place where you can build their trust. And a trust building CTA, for those who are just getting to know you, for people you want to lay breadcrumbs to stay in contact with you, before you say, will you marry me with the sell you CTA, for those people who are still trying to get to know you, find ways to give them value and build trust. So CTAs that are like trust building CTAs, give them something free, give them something valuable. Join my Facebook group, sign up for my email list, download my free tool, try my product for 30 days, things like that. You are staying in connection with them and earning their trust. And again, they're up here in the fat part of the funnel where everyone is. And by telling them how to move forward in a way that builds trust with you, they're more likely to do something for free than to buy from you. But it also moves them into a place where the more they trust you, the more likely they are to buy from you, right? So if someone is new to your world, to your circle, you're trying to build that trust to move them to that selling point, right? But build the trust first. So think about, like, is it these people who are reading this post, for example, like if I go into a new Facebook group and I post something about my business, I'm not going to say sign up for my coaching package right away. I'm going to tell people, new people who don't know me, hey, sign up for my email. Here's a free tool, the bookkeeper list, the list of bookkeeper websites I have. I'm building trust. I'm helping them get to know me. I'm keeping them in my world. I'm starting with a bar napkin before I propose to them and ask for the sale. You know what I mean? Again, it's like a relationship. So, trust building CTAs. Here's some examples like from real life. So Amazon, I'm a big Kindle fan, in part because I can't find any good English printed books here in Israel. It's fine. So I'm now an ebook convert. On Amazon, what happens when you go and look at an ebook to download? On the icon of the book, it says, click to look inside. That's a CTA. That is a trust building CTA. You want to make sure that, you want to double check that this is the book that you want? Okay, take a peek. Is it really what you want? Once you get that trust, okay, maybe you're more likely to buy, right? On Eventbrite, you can create an event for free, and it says that it's for free. WordStream, it says get your free report today, and then they add a note where it's just like 40 hours of pay-per-click analysis in 60 seconds or less. You see how it's like it's free, it's useful, it's a tool, it's not asking for a sale yet. It is a trust-building CTA. For those people at the top of the funnel that you want to filter down to where they trust you and will buy from you, just like you go on multiple dates, right? So there's a trust-building CTA for people who are newer to your world, but there's a point where it's not wrong to ask for the sale. You're continuing to help them in a bigger way, in a deeper way, a more meaningful way, specifically for their business. And it's for the people who are closer to the bottom of the funnel. So again, you're trying to think of the people that you're interacting with in this post. Are these people in your Facebook group? Are they people that have signed up for smaller products in your services, things of that nature? Are they more likely to buy? And if you're talking to people that you know are more likely to buy, who know you, who trust you, then you're going to have a better chance of writing CTAs that sell. Sign up for the membership today, purchase now, learn more about the program here to sign up, things of that nature. Once you have the trust built up, you can sell. So that's what I'm saying. There are two different types of CTA, and that's part of the strategy to keep in mind. The people who are reading this, where are they at in that funnel, in that journey? Am I just walking up to them with the bar napkin, or am I ready to propose? How much trust have we built up yet? So just a note on like the different shades of CTAs. Okay, so that was definition. Let's talk about strategy. Just real quick, just questions to consider. And again, I know this is a lot, but I really do want you to keep it simple. I'm just trying to help you think through the parts. So this is 2 of 4. 2 of 4 points to think through. So this is the strategy. So questions to consider. Again, for the person who's reading this, where are they in the funnel? Because what you want to do is you want to try and put a call to action pretty much in all of your content. Engagements, no, you don't have to worry about that. That's a different kind of relationship building. But if you have a value post or a sales post like in my membership, you want to be always telling them what to do next, always moving them forward, always making it easy for them to go on another date with you, right? So think about where this person is that you're talking to when you're putting a post on social media, when you're putting a post in your Facebook group. What is a good thing for these people to do next? How much do they trust you? Do you have a product that fits them? Who is reading this? Because this isn't about you, this is about them. This is something that gives them value, and how so? Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to your strategy is, of course, what platform is this content on? Again, something that amazed me when I first started my business is just like, it is incredible how much content you can and sometimes need to be putting out there. Multiple social media platforms, your website, maybe a blog if you want to. If you want a podcast, guess what? Even though you're talking, you still have tons of written content, and that is content. Videos, social media lives. I have notes that I spent a good chunk of my time today putting together. That's content. So what platform is this content on? Because of course that'll affect like the design and how you do a CTA. So for example, if I have a CTA, like a big button on a website saying buy now, subscribe now, whatever, I can worry about size, font, color, things like that. But even though I can't put colored buttons on a social media post, I still should include them. I need to be very specific about how I want them to move forward. I don't want them to guess. I want to give them the napkin every time. I want to give them the napkin so they know what to do next, make it clear, make it easy. So with social media posts, it may look more like you put a CTA in the last line, schedule a call today at the link to get a free evaluation. And you include the link in the post or in the comments. Make it easy. Make it easy, make it clear. It doesn't have to be a big button, but you keep telling them how. You make it easy. You make it easy. And then, again, so who's reading this? What platform is it on? And I'll talk more about like if you have more freedom to like support the CTA like on a website or with design. I'll go into that here a little bit. What action do you want them to take and why? You can start, further up. It's just like, okay, we know that this is a person who's new. Okay, so I probably want to build trust. So what action do I want them to take that will help them build trust in me? What can I offer? How can I make their lives better? And how will that help them get to a point of buying from me, signing up for more services with me, things of that nature? It is strategic. What do you want them to do? Where are they at? What do they need? And what would you like them to do to move them forward? So that's strategy. That's just questions, just things to keep in mind, because you want to make sure you're asking the right thing of the right people in the right place. So that's the definition. That was a strategy as far as questions. Number 3, content. So how to write it. So we talked about strategy. Now I've got 5 principles I'm going to throw at you just to keep it simple and summed up. Okay, so 5 general principles, right? 1, be clear and specific. Now what I'm going to encourage you to do, as much as possible, keep your content, your web page, your social media post to 1 CTA, just 1. You want to focus the effort on a single piece. You don't want them to get confused. You don't want it to be diluted. Ask for them just to sign up for the email newsletter in this post. And I have that like on my social media feed. I'll have one news post where it's just like sign up, for an email newsletter today, or read this helpful article, things of that nature. Join my group. That's more like trust building. And then I have other ones where I focus specifically on sign up for the membership, and here's why. I just focus on the membership part of things, not on join my group or do this or do that. Again, I'm laughing a little bit because I realize that the description of this video, I'm a total hypocrite with this part. But do as I say, not as I do, I guess. But to make it simple, to make it effective, pick 1 CTA, because it will help direct what you write as well. It makes it easier to pick one thing to write about than to try and cover all the bases. One caveat that I would put in there, if you're not sure who's getting to a certain page, or if it's your landing, the home page for your website, and you're like, well, maybe I have both coming here. Okay, then keep it to 2. 1 trust building CTA, sign up for the newsletter, and then 1 sales CTA, sign up for the membership. Spotify does this, and this is why I'm letting you know, like, this is still a possible option. So Spotify has 2 buttons when you go on their homepage. Spotify says sign up for the free membership, or sign up for free, and then sign up for premium. 2 buttons. It's different parts of the sales cycle, right? People who are building trust, people who are ready to buy for more. It's in the same spot, but it's very clear. It's very separate, but together. You see what I mean? If you keep it clear and simple and specific, it's good. Now, another note on specific. Let me give you some examples of vague versus specific. Instead of just saying download, say download my marketing blueprint. Instead of saying just check this out, say sign up for 3 free months. See the difference? You're explaining more what it is, the benefit they're getting. It's more of an incentive to click on it when there's more specifics. And also, numbers and details, they increase trust. One of my favorite online marketers, content marketers, is Neil Patel. And he has a button where he says, teach me how to get 195,013 visitors, because he's done that. So he's very specific in his content, not just get more visitors, but teach me how to get 195,013 visitors. I love that. It's great. It's very specific. It's just like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? And then another thing you can do, depending on your platform, to help make it more specific, because sometimes you know that you're offering a lot more than you can explain in like a tiny button. So I'll go into this more in a second, but like you can add like supporting copy, you know, a testimonial, a case study. It's helped 493,000 entrepreneurs, like in like subtext underneath there. Sign up today, it's free for 30 days, you know. Anything to help make it more specific, right? So, number one, be clear and specific in your call to action, right? Also make it immediate and active. Use verbs. Subscribe, download, sign up, discover, learn. Try to make them active words, okay? And if possible, try and give them a time frame. Download today, get started now, things of that nature. You see how that is? It's telling them when to do it. It's making it active. Not only do you need to make it immediate active, 3, make it easy to find and do. Here's what you do right now. Click now to download, especially if you're building trust, right? You want them to be able to take action now while the interest is there, because they may click off and get distracted, because that's how the world works. You want to help them do something easy and now. Download it now, sign up now, schedule a call now. Make it something they can do fast, because you want to keep them in your world, right? It's important. They're here, make the use of that time. So make it easy, and make sure that your CTA is easy to find. On a website, you can do buttons. I'll talk about design for that in a second. If it's on your social media post, keep in mind, people tend to read in content the first line, the first couple lines, and the last line, and the PS. So if you want to make your CTA stand out, probably put it at the end of the post or in a PS on the post, okay? Just because that's an easy place that people always tend to look, right? Just a little copywriting tip. So be clear and specific, make it active, make it easy to find and do, and then show how it's valuable to them. Make sure they understand this. Again, you may need to put a little bit of supporting copy around it. And again, even on social media you can do this. The post can be about supporting the value of the next action, of the call to action to sign up, to learn more, things of that nature. But 2 things to keep in mind. Show them how it's valuable to them, so make sure you know what they want when it comes to this area of life and what they want to avoid. So what do they want from bookkeeping in their business? Do they want to do as little of it as possible, to completely hand it over, to save time, to what you know, understand their financial reports, things of that nature? And also, what do they want to avoid? Now, Netflix did something here that was really good that I liked. This is something I read in the Neil Patel thing. So here's what Netflix did. They have a button, you know, when you go to the home page and you don't have a membership yet, join free for a month, and then there's a supporting text. See what's next, watch anywhere, cancel anytime. Now here's what I love about this, and this is what Neil Patel pointed out, and I think he's right. I think it's genius. Think about when people sign up for memberships. They're really afraid that canceling is going to be hard or impossible. You know, like trying to cancel your cable bill, right? Like that's famously, there's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode about it that I love. People are afraid that if they sign up, it'll be hard to undo it. So they keep that in mind and they added that as part of the supporting text for the button. People don't want to be locked into a membership they can't get out of. So they're saying cancel whenever you want and we'll make it easy. And that's something that helps get people over a hurdle, over a fear, right? So show how it's valuable to them, how it helps them avoid a pain or achieve a goal, right? And then also match it to your readers. Again, I keep repeating it because it's important. Is this someone who's at the top of the funnel who just met you and is still trying to trust you? So someone at the bottom of the funnel who already trusts you, knows who's ready to buy. Keep that in mind for what to write and where to direct them. So that's content, how to write. So that was 3 or 4. Now I'm 4 or 4. Supporting elements. So how to design and support like a button. So there are other elements that can affect how effective a CTA can be, especially if it's a button on like a web page or something like that. Positioning, depending on the platform that you have it on. So let's say you have it's on your page on your website. Is the button quote unquote above the fold? Basically, is the button in a place where they don't have to scroll to see it? It's right at the top. Where is it positioned regarding context? Is it next to a large header text? Is it next to a testimonial related to it? What's around it to support the CTA, to help them click through to take the next step? And also, where is it in relation to images on the site? Is it next to a picture of human faces? Because maybe that'll be a good thing because our eyes are drawn to human faces. We're a lot more likely to look at something, so maybe we'll be more likely to see it next to a human picture. This, if it's positioned smartly, it can help make people see it and act on it more. So another element of it is design. Again, this isn't like, a social media thing. This is more if it's on a website. So one of those buttons, right? Click now, sign up, whatever. How big is the button? How big is the font? Is it the same type of font? Or does it stand out? Is the color a contrasting color? So for example, on the color wheel, what's the opposite color? Let's say your branding is yellow. Maybe you put the button in bright purple because purple is contrasting to yellow and that sucker will jump out and bite them on the nose because you want them to see it. You want them to see it so they can move forward. You want to make it easy for them to find. So you can make it a different color. And then for font, actually, you can do something about font on social media. You can use like a tool like LingoJam or something like that and put the call to action in italics or bold to draw more attention to it, to make it easier to see in the body of a post or in the comments, right? Now here's a side note on design. Again, this is something else that Spotify did that was really good. So again, remember, Spotify has 2 buttons. Sign up for free today or sign up for premium, right? Now, Spotify knows it's easier to get you to sign up for premium if you have a free account first. So they actually much rather have you have a free account at first, right? And then it's a lot easier to upgrade you rather than just doing it cold from the homepage. But they want you to know it's an option. So they have those 2 options, free and premium. Now the free option, because they want you to do that, bright green, much more bold. And the premium option is like a white outline. It's very subtle. It's readable, but it's very obvious what they're emphasizing. So if you want to make sure you're offering 2 choices, but you really want them to go to another one, make that the button that pops. Give that the brighter color, right? So the 2 options are technically there, but dress up the one that you really would want them to move forward to, right? And then another thing you can do to support the CTA, and you can do this in social media too, you add additional text to clarify or support. Now for social media, of course, that looks like the posts around the link and stuff like that. On a website, you can do more elements, like headers, subheaders, bullet points, things of that nature. But you can still do it on social media, even in a more simple way. So additional text to clarify. So basically, if you feel like your button doesn't capture enough information, you can add subtext essentially to help them understand this is how this will benefit you to take this next step forward. Whether it's a free trust building thing or if it's a sales thing. So, for example, Eventbrite, create an event, and then you can say like it's free to help them understand like there's no barrier coming in. It's clarifying. And then WordStream, get your free report today. Okay, well, what kind of report? Why do I care about this? 40 hours of pay-per-click analysis in 60 seconds or less. You see what that is? It's clarifying what exactly this report is, how it helps them, why it's valuable to them. And even on something on Uber, it's something as simple as sign up. But just below it, it's 4 words. Start writing with Uber. That's it. It's just helping them understand what they're signing up for. That's it. It's making it clear. We want them to understand what it is they're doing, to be intrigued by it. Another thing you can do is you can do supporting examples. So some of the text around it is just clarifying what the action is or the benefits of it, or you can give supporting text around it. So again, if you have like a website, you can do add a testimonial in the column next to the button, something like that, right? This is how Mary benefited from this report. Download this free report. Amazing stuff, right? You can also like throw in like mini case studies. Again, Neil Patel, his like mini case study example that again he put in, actually built into the text of the CTA button. About the 195,000 people, but the supporting text up top in great big letters was how to generate 195,013 visitors a month without spending $1 on ads. It's specific, it's benefit driven, it fits these people, and then it says teach me how to get 195,013 visitors. But also, if he wanted to, he could have just left that banner up there, and it could have been like, like teach me how or something like that. See what I'm saying? He had the supporting example, the case study, the results. So that's how you can kind of like get the supporting elements to support people taking the next step, to continue to work with you, to learn from you, to build trust in you, to buy from you. But here's the summation at the end. At the end of the day, try not to overthink it. Just make sure to include one CTA in all of your content that you're using to either build trust or sell. So like if you have an engagement post where you're like posting a goofy quiz or asking, trying to encourage dialogue so you can have a conversation with people, don't worry about it there. You're not trying to do anything beyond interact with them. But when you're trying to build trust with them, help them know how you can help them, offer a sale, things of that nature, add a CTA. Add a CTA. Tell them what to do next. Give them the napkin at the bar with your number on it. Don't make them guess about how to work with you. Make it clear. Make it clear how you can help them. Make it clear how they can work with you. And don't stress out about this. Keep it simple. Include something along these lines. Something is so much better than nothing. I can't even tell you. And remember, please remember, there's no silver bullet that'll make or break you. This isn't the difference between being bankrupt and a millionaire. This is one more very important and useful tool in your content strategy toolbox. This will help you. It will lead to more clients to do this. But don't get strung out about it and think that if you don't have these perfect, you're going to starve. Not how that works. But it will help you if you implement them consistently and well. Anyways, that's what I have with you as far as CTAs. Good luck on the buttons. Let me know if I can help you with any content. I just hired a few writers for my team, and I'm very excited to get them cranking on some stuff for you guys. And just let me know how I can help you with coaching, with content, with social media. I'm your girl. I'd love to help you. All of my contact stuff is in the description of this video. Ta-da! There's my CTA. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and have a good Tuesday. Bye!